Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing something a bit different, not makeup today. I am going to be showing you guys how to make a flower crown. So now I'm going to the races and I wanted to wear a flower crown, but I am cheap, I'm a cheap bitch, and I did not want to spend a lot of money on one, and the cheapest one I found was $70 and they range up until about 100, 120 I think. And I didn't want to spend that sort of money, so I thought I would make my own. So today I'm going to show you guys how to do that in case you were interested. This is one I created for the races. I'm going to be creating a different one today, so I'm going to get right into it. Alrighty, so now for a flower crown, what you're going to need first of all is some wrapped wire. This one here is the natural one. You can also get it in a green color, quite similar. You also are going to need some wire cutters. You're going to, this is optional, you may need some pliers. You don't necessarily need them, I find them helpful in clamping off the headband. You're going to need some flowers. These ones here are from Kmart. You can find quite a lot at Kmart for cheap. They had these headbands for $5 that you can cut off and make them a bit more fancier and special. They have lots of ones. Otherwise Spotlight, but Spotlight flowers, to keep in mind, are pretty expensive. Mind you, I made this headband here for about $40 and that's all Spotlight flowers and materials. You're also going to need a hot glue gun. You're going to want the hot one, not the low heat one. The low heat one is not going to help anything to stick. You're going to need the glue melts that you can also get for it. And again optional, I like to use the E6000 glue. This is just a stronger glue. If you're trying to find it at Spotlight, this is in the jewelry making section. I just find that it holds the flowers in place a lot better and they are less likely to come off. So now the first thing you want to do is create your headband. So we're going to take our wire, our wrapped wire, we're going to unwrap the wire and we're going to create a headband. Now you can measure this against any headband that you want. I'll just grab an old headband and I am going to measure from the end and across the top, and you should have a rough idea of how big it should be. So mine comes to about there. Then you're going to, without cutting it, fold it back onto itself and measure it all the way back again. So you've got two strands. Then taking your wire cutters, we are going to snip it at that spot. There we go. Then what you're going to do is just start wrapping it around itself. So fold it where you doubled it up and then just start twisting it around to form a thicker band. So it looks like so, just like a twist. Now this is where you can then take your pliers, that's a wire cutter, not a plier, don't grab them, your pliers, and clamp it together. So separate, okay, and then you just need to adjust it to make sure it is straight and it's got the shape right. And then you can measure it on your head to make sure it fits. Now if I'm using bigger flowers, so say I was using flowers like this size or one of the ones that I made, I double the band. So I do two bands, and what I do, I'll quickly show you. So if you're making a bigger headband, so you want bigger flowers and you need a double band, you want to take the one that you've already twisted and made into a headband and take the one that you've second cut before you twist it into a headband and thread it through the loop on the end where it doubled over. Take it down, then do the twists all over this one. I'm not going to show you because we're not using that one today. And then at the end you're going to twist these two together, and that's where the pliers really come in handy to clamp those two together to join it, and it'll sit sort of like that, so you've got more space and more security to hold your flowers in place. but because we're doing a smaller one today, I'm only going to use a singular band. So now that we've got that, I am then going to take my flowers. So choose whatever flowers you want. I'm going to use some of these ones from this headband that I have pulled apart. Literally with these ones, they've got felt on the back. You can just peel them, or you can snip them, either one. So we've got our flowers from that headband. So there was 6 of them. Then we're going to need filler flowers. So again, you can go Spotlight, Kmart, they've all got them. Most of the bouquets, like when you buy the actual bouquet, they will have filler flowers in them. So we might use these berry looking things in here. So just pick and choose to see what suits you. Now with these ones, you can pull them off their stumps. They've got little stumps, or you can, see, like that, or you can snip them with scissors. And some of these ones, if you pull the stump out of them, it will actually make the flower fall apart, which is bloody annoying. So I'll see with this one. Yeah, so this one here is going to have the problem. If I pull that out, it's going to detach all of this. So that's when this one here is wire. I'm going to take my wire cutters and I'm going to trim it right at the base. So right at the base and snip it off. Okay, and that'll stop it falling apart as you're trying to work with it. Okay, so it's just got a little stump at the bottom. You also want to keep some leaves. Like with these ones, I wouldn't use these ones. They're too fake looking from Kmart. But we'll probably use some of these little filler things here. But I'd use leaves like these ones here are also from Kmart. These ones, the more fabric ones as opposed to plastic. So then once you've got your flowers, what you want to do is start attaching them to the band. So have a general idea of how you want your headband to look. So whether you want more volume in the center, whether you want it more to the side. So we're first of all going to take, in the spot that I'm going to put the first flower, I'm going to take my E6000 glue. So this glue doesn't dry quickly, so I like to lay it along the base as extra hold on top of the hot glue. So I'm just going to pop it there, on there, just a tiny bit. Then I'm going to put a squeeze of hot glue along the top. So I'm going to take a pink one and I'm going to lay it on a bit of an angle on the band. And we're just going to hold it there until it sets. So then I like to add some more glue to the back just to make sure that we are holding correctly. Okay, and so just hold it in place. It doesn't matter if it looks messy at the back right now, like we are obviously going to cover that. You have to remember, anything you do on the front, you're going to have to put things on the back to cover where you've glued and the join marks. So we'll just hold that now until it sets. So we've got our first flower on. Now I'm going to take another one of those flowers, but the lighter one, and I'm just going to place it more straight up. This one's still got the felt attached, so it might be a bit easier. Again, I'm going to put the E6000 on first, just so it's got more grip once it dries. Then I'm going to put my hot glue on. Okay. Pop it on. Then we're going to take the more whitey pink flower and I'm going to stick it straight on there, hold it in place. Okay, and I sort of want them pressing against each other so it's like a very full, pretty flower crown, not a spaced apart, which is what it was previously on that elastic. Okay, so I like to place my main flowers first. So the main ones are all the ones that we just pulled off that headband to redesign it. The other dark one on this side of that flower. So just make sure all the petals are out of the way. Apply your glue. The E6000 first, then the hot glue. And what did I say we were doing? We're doing another one of these ones. Okay, they don't need to face all the same direction. We want to make it look a bit more realistic. Okay, so that's how our flower crown is looking right now. It already looks a little bit fancier than the original one. That's how we're looking. As you can see, it's more to one side than the others. So that's where the filler flowers are going to come in. So now we're going to start placing some filler flowers. Okay, we're going to pop a cluster of these at the end here. So with the littler ones, I don't really feel like I need the E6000 glue. I will put that one away. These ones will mostly stick with the glue. I just like to have the extra protection for the main flowers. So you want to push it up so it disguises the underside of the other flower, disguises the outer section of that one. We don't want it to be seen. And then I think we're going to take, didn't we say we're going to take those berries? So we'll slot some of the berries in. I'm going to cut them up a little bit. So these ones here are easy enough to cut with your scissors. So I'm just going to snip them into little bundles of 3 between these two flowers. So therefore I'm going to squirt the glue just in between the petals in here. Okay. Got some nice little berries. More filler flowers up here. Yes. So again, now you're just separating the flowers where you feel like it needs something extra and just filling it in the gaps. Okay, and then you can pull them through however you want. Okay. And then you can see here we've got a big bare bit on the back, so we're going to have to cover that. So we're going to take this big white flower and we're going to pop it back here. So you only see a section of it from the front. And then we're just going to press that one into place and hold it there. And because we've done that with one random flower, I feel like we need a friend for that one so it's not so contrasting. We can pop that one in there. Again, where there's a bit of a gap. So again, we're going to squirt along the band first. Okay. So now we've got that one in place. We're looking fab. Okay, what other ones are we going to put in here? Now, once it's dried a bit, so that's what we've got so far. I think that's pretty good. I think I'm happy with that. You can then start just squeezing your flowers together a bit because they're pretty much glued down by now. Just to make sure that they are all exactly how you want them. Make sure you try it on. Oh, yes. Oh, I love it. Okay, now, you're probably wondering, what about the base in here where you can see where everything has been glued? So, do not throw out your leaves. That is where we're going to take these leaves. And we're going to start lining underneath with the leaves. You're not going to be able to see them when it's on. It just covers that band so you cannot see all the glue. Start on one side, work your way into the middle, and then go back the other way. So, try and do the smaller ones on the outer section and then go into bigger ones. So I'm going to press it down. So you see there, like that. You can see there, completely lined. You cannot see any of the glue. So this is when you're now going to go back, and any of the little hot glue strands, you can then easily just flick off like that. And I think we are done. Okay, let's see how our finished headband looks. Oh, yes. Yay, we did it. So there you go. That is how to make a flower crown headband. So I hope that quick little tutorial on how to make a flower crown headband has been helpful for you. They are pretty easy to do. It is not complicated at all. The most difficult thing is getting how you want them bunched to suit you. But other than that, it is pretty easy. Just try and make sure there are no gaps showing. Make sure you finish it off nicely. And there you have it. So I hope you've liked my tutorial. If you make a flower crown, please tag me in it so I can see it, because that would be just so exciting. And I hope you've liked this video. So thanks so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye!